Hello, Steve Arts A9. Well, some kind of good news about the Doctor Who ratings. The final episode rated 2.2 in the overnights, 2.2 million in the overnights. Second only, of course, to Britain's Got Talent. I think that's the show that it's always competing with. And it still has all the streaming, and it also has the people who watched it in the movies. So it's hard to tell exactly how many people watched it, but it was more than last week. So it had a bit of a bump. It had come up a little bit, but it's still. I don't think it was actually the biggest episode. I think the biggest episode was it might have been the one when it was sandwiched between the football and the song contest, whatever it's called, Eurovision. So it's done better, but it will be interesting to see how many people saw it at the cinema and how many people actually watched it on streaming versus how many people watched it on TV, and what the overall number will be, and also just what the sort of breakdown of that will be. But a lot of people are criticising the show because less people seem to be watching it, and they just conveniently ignore that less people are watching TV in general, and even the shows that do better than it, like Britain's Got Talent, they're getting far less viewers than they used to. They used to get like 20 million viewers. Now they're down to like 3 or 4 or something. So Doctor Who's gone from three point something, I think was like the average for Jodie's Doctor Who, and Ncuti is more like 2 point something. So yes, it has gone down a little bit. Is that because of quality? Is that because of wokeness? Or is that because less people are watching? And it also had streaming to contend with, because let's talk about those streaming times. I kind of forgot about this because it got brought up in the beginning, and then people kind of forgot about it. But midnight and 8 a.m. and 3 a.m. and all these weird times, and instead of just having it on at one time where everyone has to, go and watch it at the same time, it being a communal event, it was just sort of broken up between being on TV and like being available online 12 hours before. So I think it really hurt the perception of the show as this appointment television, have to watch sort of thing. And I never really understood why they do that. It's streaming competing with TV, and really TV should be first. You have to tune in at that time and watch it, and then if you don't, you can stream it afterwards. And so it should be like at 9 o'clock you can start streaming it or something. So I never understood this idea of putting it up on streaming before something comes on TV, and then people watch that instead of watching it on TV. Or it's just the priorities, and you have these competing I don't know what to call them, not companies, but you have these competing factions competing against each other. You've got theatre competing with, classic theatre. You've got theatrical releases competing with, streaming, competing with television, competing with they're all competing against each other for, instead of working together as like a journey that a film or a TV show goes on of distribution, which it used to, where you just go from one format to another format to another format, and each would make money. And now they're all competing against each other. It just doesn't work. And Doctor Who, I think, has suffered a bit from that with this dual release of having it been on TV and I don't think it's the first year they've done that, but since Disney, it's been a bit of a problem with when and how they were doing it. They managed it better with when it was just the BBC, as far as I can see. But so I had to comment on that. So I just sort of, I've talked about the views a few times, and now we're done. It's the end. It's over. And it would have been nice if it had a bigger bump, but again, it was competing with itself in different formats, streaming and theatrical. So we'll see how that does. And a lot of people are calling out, the Rose revelation as stunt casting and a stunt in general. And I kind of think it is. Whether they've got some great idea behind it that they're actually going to go into, or whether they just did it and now it's kind of like Picard being, assimilated by the Borg. The person who wrote that didn't write the second episode. So when the writer came to having to write the first episode of that next season. He had no idea what the hell they were going to do. It might be that sort of situation. I hope it's not, because Russell might have said, you know what, you're going to can me, you're going to fire me, you're going to get rid of me, whatever. I'm going to leave you a mess. I'm going to leave you a what the F moment that you have to, try and get yourself out of. And the other thing people keep pointing out is in the credits, Billie Piper is not credited as the Doctor. She's credited just as introducing Billie Piper. And it's like, were they trying to hide the reveal? Or is she actually not the Doctor and she's playing some other character? Or they're just going to have some one episode resolution that they deal with? And this was just a way to distract from actually finding a new Doctor, when they could have just had Ncuti regenerate and not see who he regenerates into. That would have been the easy thing to do. Instead, they did this stunt. So, I don't know. I want to talk about it. I want to comment on it. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the ratings and how it all ended.